Zella says that false allegations of child abuse have followed her throughout her time as a mother. You see, her daughter has suffered several injuries throughout her life, and Shazella has been the prime suspect each time. Her daughter has suffered bruises, broken bones, and even a brain injury that left her hospitalized for days. But Shazella claims that she is innocent, and this all happened because of a rare medical condition. Take a look.
The other day, Shazella called me and she said, "Can you take my kids?" I said, "What do you mean, can I take your kids?" She said that Child Protective Service was back again. I think this is the 5th time. The child had scars on her legs that looked like she was beaten with a metal object. That's what the doctors are saying. But Shazella told me that you couldn't see the scars with the microscope. Shazella told me that her daughter did have a bone condition. Her daughter bruises real fast. Like if she falls, she gets a bruise. If you touch her arm wrong, she gets a bruise. But I don't know if simply touching her daughter could give her a bruise. Shazella has been a great mother. I haven't noticed, her raise her voice at her kids. She's always been there for her kids. She provides for her kids. But because this is the 5th time that Child Protective Service has been in her daughter's life, it's hard to believe. If Shazella fails this test, our friendship is over. I'll still be there for the kids, but as far as Shazella, I can't be friends with someone that will allow that to happen or do that to their child.
My daughter has a condition called transverse myelitis. It affects the fatty tissue that covers the nerves in her spine, and it affects her ability of the brain to control the rest of her body. And she also has other diagnoses also. CPS has been in my life since 2014. They questioned when she first got sick with this illness whether I had did something to her, a trauma or anything. She got this illness after getting her regular immunization. Friday evening around 6 o'clock, she woke up from a nap while I was downstairs cleaning. She was in her crib. She woke up with a whine of a cry and couldn't move anything from the neck down. She was limp. I have a 7-year-old daughter also. She was scared. I was panicking, so I took her next door to my relative house. We called the ambulance. They gave us the option of even transporting her. I insisted that she be transported. We went to the local hospital. They didn't know what to do with her, but they could see she was still in visible respiratory distress. They tried to stabilize her. They had to transfer her to another hospital. They sedated her, put her on a ventilator. While on the ventilator, she had an MRI done. They saw the lesions on her spine. They didn't know what that meant at that time. They consulted with Chapel Hill, and Chapel Hill gave the title to the name, the transverse myelitis. She was there 42 days on the ventilator. She coded 3 times. She went without oxygen for 10, 15, and another 10 minutes. They said she would likely have brain injury. We don't know to what extent because she's nonverbal. They can't tell me why she's not talking yet. She had a trach, which is a breathing tube in your throat. She had a feeding tube. All those have been removed.
Is she still in the hospital now?
No, she's home.
She's home.
Last Saturday, she got the bruising. The school made a report on Thursday, but they didn't come to my house to investigate or anything until the following Saturday. When I got the note on my door, it just had a number. It didn't even have a name. I called the number. It was a CPS worker. She said she needed to see me regarding my child. I met her at the house, and her and the state trooper made the decision to transport her by ambulance to the hospital, and the hospital is saying that it's consistent with child abuse. They removed her, but they left my 4-year-old and my teenager in my custody. The following day, they called me and said I need to sign releases, and then they snatched my 4-year-old.
Now, somebody is also accusing you of sexually abusing your daughter, right?
Yes, when she fell in the tub and she got the same hospital said that it was consistent with sexual abuse. But every time they take my children, I go a year, 6, 9 months without my children. It's unfounded. The judge throws it out. But every time any slight injury or anything happens to my daughter, it's like I got to keep going through this cycle. How you going to question whether I'm a good mom or not?
Shazella, it's not,
now, you know daggone well I'm a good mom.
It's not if you're a good mother or not. I trust
take
that
care
you're
of
a
my
good
kids.
mother. But
I
this
take
is
care of
the
my
6th
kids.
time that Child Protective Service
And
have
you
came.
know what's going on.
And now they've taken the kids again.
And
like,
you know
I'm
what's going on.
scared
You
for
see
the
how I
kids.
take care of my kids.
I hear what you tell me. That's all I know. But every time it comes around, I'm hearing something else.
And they keep coming back.
They keep coming back, but every time you get them back, then it's, oh, you don't need me anymore. But you called me the other day and asked me to take them, and I'm not taking nobody's kids and going through Child Protective Service. I didn't even go through that with my own kids. I need to know all sides.
You ever see her short-tempered with her children?
No, I haven't. No, but it's monsters in this world that portray to be nice, and if she's abusing her kids or if she knows someone that's doing it and scared to speak up for them,
anybody else that could
No,
possibly
there's
be doing
nobody
this?
in my house.
Have you ever hit your children?
No.
You ever caused any injuries to them?
No.
I mean, you believe that there might be some truth to it.
I don't know what to believe, Steve. I'm not there 24/7 every day. I've been in her life for 15 years.
You just think there's a concern that it keeps
I do
happening.
believe, because how do you get a rectal tear from falling in the bathtub? She has cerebral palsy and she has a condition.
Right.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the
tub, and when she hit bottom, she hit where the water come out the faucet.
So her rear end hit the...
Yes.
Are there any allegations other than your daughter? Is it the other kids too, or just this child?
No, it's just the one with the illness.
All right, well, let's find out. All right, Shazala, you came here and we broke your lie detector test in 3 parts. Past abuse, sexual abuse, and current abuse. Past abuse, we asked you, did you strike your daughter, causing the brain injury she sustained as a baby? You answered no. Did you have knowledge of anyone striking your daughter, causing the brain injury she sustained as a baby? You answered no. On the day in question, did you strike your daughter, causing any of the broken bones she suffered? You answered no. On the day in question, do you have knowledge of anyone striking your daughter, causing the broken bones she suffered? All the results came back the same, and they came back that you told the truth.
I told you.
I'm sorry, Shazala, but I had to tell you. I had to see for myself. I'm sorry. I know how you feel. This is hurtful. This is the 6th time. It's hurtful, but I had to see for my nieces.
We then tested you on sexual abuse. Did you cause that injury to your daughter's butt? You answered no. Do you have knowledge of anyone else causing the injury to your daughter's butt? You answered no. Did your daughter actually fall in the bathtub, causing the injury to her butt? You answered yes. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Shazala told the truth.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sis. I love you. I'm still here for you, honey. I'm still here for you.
Current abuse. Did you strike your daughter, causing the bruises found on her legs? And this is what she just recently was taken away for.
On Saturday.
On Saturday. You answered no. Do you know of anyone striking your daughter, causing the bruises found on her legs? You answered no. Was your daughter actually diagnosed with transverse myelitis? I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Myelitis.
There you go. You answered yes. The results came back all the same, and they came back that you're telling the truth. There are times I do believe that people get caught up in a system, which I believe you are. And it's unfair to your kids that anytime there's an injury to your child, that these allegations are being made against you and that your kids keep getting taken away. And I hope that with these results, you can go back and show Child Protective Services that you came here and you passed this test, and then hopefully you get your kids back. So wish you all the luck in the world. Thanks for coming on. Very nice meeting you.
Thank you. And I think you, Steve. I love you, Steve.
Thank you.